Bada bing, bada bing. Storming on the hair. It's a Sunday. Doesn't matter. Every day is the same. When you got a pandemic going on. I'm gonna recite a few songs. This one here. This is the very, very first. I guess it's a poem, but it could be a song too. When I was unemployed in 1982, before I started writing songs, I went out looking for a job. And every time I went into a store, like a liquor store or a 7-Eleven or whatever it was, I only had walking distance because my car wasn't running. It was buried under snow in Denver. So I was walking around the neighborhood trying to look for a job, and everything was part time. When I got home, I grabbed my pen and I grabbed my little red book. I don't have it here. Uh, I started writing, and this was the very first thing I wrote. It's called Part Time. It could be a song. Full time, excuse me. Full time, overtime. That's what I like. Stick to one thing and get it right. Believe in yourself with all of your might and don't ever lead a part time life. Everything's part time nowadays. Part time jobs with part time pay, part time people in friendly ways. What lies beneath is part time hate. Full time, overtime, that's what I like. Stick to one thing and get it right. Believe in yourself with all of your might and don't ever lead a part time life. Everyone's trying to survive, whatever it takes, cheat or lie. Whatever happened to the simple guy whose life's content within? He's out part timing that, part timing this, spreading himself thin, trying to win. It'll kill him in the end. That's my song, part time. You heard pennies, but I'm going to do it again. Okay, because I like singing it. I'm going to sing it for you. It's true, totally true story. Well, I went up to the store today to buy myself some food, and the man there, when I went to pay, said I was short a few. I needed several pennies, and my looks just wouldn't do. So before I get to eat today, I'll sing my song to you. Pennies, pennies, pass them on the street. But where are all those pennies now? Just two would be so sweet. I never thought I'd see the day I'd need a few to eat. Yes, those pennies mean a lot today. They mean a lot to me. And looking back when I was young, I never saved at all. You see, 1 penny bought a stick of gum, with two I had a ball. I never thought I'd be so broke, I never thought I'd fall. And I wish I had those pennies now, I wish I had them all. Pennies, pennies, passing on the street. But where are all those pennies now? Just two would be so sweet. I never thought I'd see the day I'd need a few to eat. Yes, those pennies mean a lot today. They mean a lot to me. Well, one day I'm gonna say I'm glad I wrote this song. You see, I'll save a penny every day. I know it won't be long before I'm on my feet again. And when I'm going strong, well, I'll toss them on the street and then sing pennies all night long. Pennies, pennies, pass them on the street. But where are all those pennies now? Just two would be so sweet. And pennies have a certain sound, they have a certain ring. Like pennies came from heaven, in a song for me to sing, to sing. They have pennies. I don't have a professional voice, but it's not bad. Let me see if I got another one come up. I don't know if I have. Maybe. Well, I guess I could tell you the story and do this one. It's only been 5 minutes. Piece of cake. Okay, here's the deal. I was dealing poker at the Sahara. There was a guy who was a little bit loaded. He was a happy drunk, very happy drunk, nice tipper and all that. Very nice guy, super nice guy. I'm dealing to him, and I asked him what he was doing in Vegas. He said, "It's first time here. Never been here before." And I says, do you make a habit of drinking?" And he said, "No, no, no. I drink once a year on New Year's Eve, and that's it. But I'm in Vegas. And I want to drink. I want to have a good time." And I said, "Hey, nothing wrong with that. By the way, what exactly are you here for? Vacation only, or are you here for business?" And he said, "I'm here for a convention." And I said, "Which one?" And we were just down the street from the Hilton, where they had most of the conventions. He said, "I'm here for the seminar for high school principals." And I said, "Oh, that's cool." I said, "You a principal?" And he said, "No, I'm a motivator." And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "I get up and I give motivational speeches to the high school principals from all around the country." And I said, "You know, you're not really a drinker. And if you got to give your speech tomorrow, you're going to be so hungover, you're not going to be able to do it." And he said, "Oh, I ain't worried about it. I'll just wing it." So here was my chance to grab the yellow legal pad and the pen, sit in the game, and write a song. So I asked him, I says, "Do you mind if you don't have your speech written? Do you mind if I write it for you in the song, in the form of a song?" And he says, "Can you do that?" And I looked at him and I said, "Sure, piece of cake." Sat in the game and I wrote the song called Piece of Cake. Excuse me. They call him Mr. Principal. He's keeper of the school. The kids think he's invincible. He thinks he's just a fool. It's just they aren't learning. They're just yearning to be cool. They talk in class. They're very crass. They love to break the rules. And he says, "Hey, kids, smarten up. You have your life at stake. Learn a little, learn a lot. It's all a piece of cake." The kids don't seem to listen. They just want to party down. The guys and girls are kissing and they're passing joints around. He wishes he'd convinced them that he's not just messing around. It's them that he's concerned about. They think he's just a clown. And he says, "Hey, kids, smarten up. You have your life at stake. Learn a little, learn a lot. It's all a piece of cake." Well, then there's always Billy. He's the one that wants to learn. The kids all think he's silly. Their respect he needs to earn. He'll set a good example because he seems to be concerned. If only he'd convince the rest, their feelings it would turn. But Billy ran for high school principal. He won without a doubt. He gave a speech he knew would reach the kids just hanging out. He talked about the future, so concerned he seemed to shout, "Only we can make a difference. That's what learning's all about." And he said, "Hey, kids, smarten up. You have your life at stake. Learn a little, learn a lot. It's all a piece of cake." And there you have it. Now, with the pandemic, okay, it's a little different, but you can still learn online. There's lots of colleges, some of them are free. Biden's going to have community colleges free. No people watching, no likes. That's great. No people watching. I love it. I'm performing for myself. Now I'm gonna add it to Facebook. I hope. We'll see. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.